Governor Bill Lee says a plan is in place to protect schools in Tennessee from deadly violence. An executive order nearly 2 months ago gave a broad outline, but no details on how it would work. That's why reporter Alex Dennis from Nashville spoke with the governor about what families can expect.
Shots fired!
Images of the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School and the highly scrutinized police response rocked the nation.
We don't want that to happen in Tennessee. And gosh, we don't want that to happen in Tennessee.
June 6th, 13 days after the school shooting,
Together we can keep schools safe.
Governor Bill Lee issued an executive order to enhance school safety across the state.
Primarily what it does is pull together the departments of our state government that are connected to school safety. So the Department of Safety, the Department of Education, and others, emergency management, to develop a plan.
Those departments have spent the last few weeks reviewing feedback requested from local law enforcement agencies and school districts.
They have met every other week regularly. We are creating a plan that provides accountability, that provides transparency so parents know what's happening in the schools.
Are we, as the public, going to be able to see any of the recommendations that came out of those interagency communications about what needs to be beefed up?
So just in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a first report that will primarily be about the numbers and what we have found. This is a strategy to do an assessment, really, to see exactly where we stand, what schools are actually implementing what practices, and then we build from there.
Lee explains this order adds to the work started in 2019 when an additional 213 SROs were placed through a grant program. At that time, Lee also doubled the state's annual investment in school safety funding used for improvements to building security and violence intervention programming.
What would you say to the parents that say, okay, we signed this executive order 7 weeks ago. What actually is going to be implemented day one when my kid walks into school?
So we have spent a great deal of time around the state training law enforcement. We've also engaged our highway patrol with the local schools to know the superintendent, to know the principal, to know the particular school that they're associated with. We're developing a strategy for random checks of things like locked doors so that we know that schools are in fact following the protocols that we've put into place.
While Lee is encouraged by the additional preventative steps to keep students safe in Tennessee, he says the work is far from over.
This is going to be something that we never stop doing. And we start with what we've done a couple years ago. We accelerate it this summer, but this is going to be a never-ending strategy toward making our schools a safer and safer environment for our children.